Hello there, Sir from 17 once again, bringing you the third section in Chapter 5 of my Castlevania Night Difficulty video walkthrough. And this is the Abbey Catacomb. And welcome to the realm of the vampires, because right now, believe it or not, these gargoyle looking motherfuckers are the vampires. And if you're as disappointed as I was when I saw them, maybe because everybody seems to have their own vision of a vampire, and these definitely weren't mine. These kind of look like something from a sequel in Underworld or some shit like that. I'm a bit boring when it comes to vampires. When I think vampires, I just think like dude dressed normal but moving super fast and super strong. That's kind of my vampire image. But this section here is you have to beat up a ton of the vampires, and as soon as they stop spawning, you need to use what I've just put into that crank into the middle to open the doorway. When it's fully opened, you call Zobek over and he'll hold it all open so that you can run through it. If you take too long doing this, the vampires will respawn and they'll stop you from being able to do it, so make sure you're as fast as you can. Because this level here is basically you and Zobek leapfrogging puzzles with each other. And once you're inside here, you need to use this statue and your gauntlet, and you need to bust it through. But you need magic for that, and I've run out of magic, so come over to this statue if you need to refill your essence, so that you can go over there, go into, you know, angry red mode and bust this phallic instrument through the door. So there you go, that opens up the doorway. Now Zobek can come and you can carry on the section. As far as the vampires are concerned, they're a lot they're harder than the lichens because you can't just spam the throw, but they're not that challenging at all. The attacks they do pretty simple. They do a double swipe with the hands. They do an uppercut that you can't block, which you've just saw then. They also do a dodge and then a thrust attack that nearly every enemy does. And the best way I've found to fight them, they also do a jump that you've just seen then. That's a jump attack. It is blockable. It's easy to dodge. But you can just keep hitting them with your cross and evading their attacks. It's nice and simple. You can keep moving fast and you can keep a ton of them at bay until they go, you know, start glowing silvery white, and then you can just grab them and finish them off. Or you can charge the Shoryuken with the gauntlet, knock them into the air. It'll generally knock 2 or 3 of them if they're close, and then you can just air spam them with attacks. They're very simple, they don't do too much damage, and you shouldn't have too much trouble with them. But once you've done that, grab the crank from the other room, bring it into this one so that you can open this doorway, and you can continue onwards to another puzzle. And this one you don't need Zobek to hold it open, which is pretty awesome because it's a bit of a contrived mechanic. And when you come in here, this is just a bit of mild platforming to get to the centre so that you can get one of the keys that's going to open up the catacomb. So you come over here. I've just realised I need that fucking crank again, so you have to run all the way back, pick it up to use it in this place, which, I don't know, man. They could have put so many better puzzle mechanics than this kind of rehashed shit. It's been done before, it wasn't fun when it was originally done, it's just a bit of a shame. But yeah, light platforming, and that's pretty much what the rest of this level is. But I'm currently sitting on 2 games that I've probably mentioned in Call of Duty commentaries, but I haven't mentioned in this guide. And that is the new 007 game, made by the people that did, I think it's Geometry Wars and the Gotham Project Gotham Racing, sorry. And it's 007 Bloodstone, and apparently it's a semi-decent third-person shooter with some driving sections in it. And I haven't even touched it yet because I've been really busy. What with the excuse me, with the double XP event of Call of Duty, I've had my girlfriend round and things, and just, you know, life getting in the way of being able to focus on games, and that's not a bad thing. Don't let anybody persuade you that it is. But I've not had a chance to try it out. I'm looking forward to it, and if it is half decent, I will definitely be doing a guide for it because there is a hardest difficulty, and there's also achievements for beating it on that difficulty. So it might see some views. It might be worthwhile doing. The second game is Enslaved, which is a single-player game, and I'm definitely doing a guide for that because it's just one of those things that will really benefit from it. But I'm looking forward to playing them both. It's just a case of doing them, and obviously with Brink coming out so very soon, it's just going to be one of those things where Brink's going to take priority because I'm hoping that's going to be the most popular choice. I have been wrong before though, because I thought Killzone was going to be popular and Killzone's tanked, so all the Sony fanboys will love that result. But when you get back into this central chamber, move the shaft of the crank, or whatever you want to call it, nice, you know, innuendo, so that into this other orifice, spin this open so you can get through, and then you can progress to the next puzzle. And this next one involves you and Zobek, and it's more of a quick time event than anything, because the ceiling starts coming down, you have to bash a button, as soon as it's your turn to move you have to run to the next section, and then bash a button. You can get crushed by the roof, so be as quick as you can. So Zobek runs in front of you, now it's your turn to run, and be careful of getting fucked by the camera, because right now I can't get past Zobek because the controls are just bullshit. So just be really careful with walking the wrong way. Something that should never occur in video games but often does, purely because, you know, artistic vision over functionality, and functionality fails every time. But there you go, another trap survived. You and Zobek can now continue, grab the second part of the key that'll get you into the Abbey. And then there's another puzzle when we get to the Abbey, which involves a teleporting device, which is kind of weird. There's a couple of collectibles around it, a couple of things to find, that kind of stuff. But you have to go and touch these doorways first. So there you go, that's one key in the lion's mouth, that's another key in the lion's mouth, and then you can carry on forward. So keep moving. Keep on Castlevania-ing it up, even though there's probably a lot of people that don't think this even qualifies as a Castlevania. But they're probably the same people that don't think the N64 one did, and the N64 one is one of my favourites, and everybody hates that game. And I've played almost every single Castlevania that's ever existed. I just don't understand why the N64 one was shit on so much, because it was really strict, it was really hard, but I had a lot of fun playing it. So you come over here, you examine the body, that will tell you the solution to the puzzle if you need it. You don't really need it. That's the teleporter that's going to bring you back to that spot every time you do it, and it's key to this puzzle. But you need to rotate the central dial before you can really do anything with it. And there, where it's all crumbly, if you bust that through, you'll get the spike that stabs into the central dial so that you can rotate it. Nice and simple. Carry that over with your big giant man neck, stab it into the device, and now we can start the puzzle. And as soon as you stab this in here, you're going to get attacked by vampires, as you've just seen. And the vampires will spawn for so long, and then when you finish them all off, you should be able to focus on the puzzle. But it's a good opportunity to practice your vampire killing. So you'll notice I charge up the Shoryuken. As soon as they're in the air, I start spamming attack and finishing them off. And the ghouls are simple. The ghouls you can just grab. Really simple. And Zobek can't die here, so he's a nice distraction, but he's pretty useless. He's not going to save your ass when you need him to, so don't rely on him. And just take it slow, take it smart, and you shouldn't have any trouble. No trouble at all. Just grab some shit, spam throw, spam the throw. Keys to victory. And then we rotate the dial. And what the dial does is the dial dictates where the teleporter takes you. So when you go through the teleporter, you will be teleported to where the dial is facing. It's that simple. If you want to get all the secrets and all the collectibles and stuff, you have to point the dial in different directions. But I always do that one first so that it unlocks that doorway. And now you can just mop up all the other entrances by turning the dial and then running into the teleporter. So it's not too bad. But this is a weird section to the game, because the Abbey, the castle, the courtyards, all that kind of stuff, the outer wall, all seems to take a little bit too long, if you ask me. The vampire area is so much longer than any other part of the game, because you start off approaching the castle, then you're outside the castle, then you're inside the castle, then you're in the castle tower, and I don't know. It's a bit disappointing, because the castle always seemed to symbolise something great, even in the Castlevanias that people didn't like. Because like the N64 one, when you got to Dracula's castle, it was epic. You took on like 5 forms of Dracula, and then this little kid, and then this giant dragon. It just went absolutely ridiculous. And on this game, you go to the castle, and it's like, yeah, I kill a giant bat woman with saggy tits, and then I'm going somewhere else to the land of magical floating platforms and, you know, plot twists and rip-offs of Shadow of the Colossus. And I don't know. I just didn't enjoy the later end of this game at all, and the Satan fight is just fucking Ikaruga with a dude with long hair. That's all it is. But I'm trying to keep the guide as positive as I can, because I could shit on this game all day, and I really don't want to. But thanks for watching anyhow, guys. That's the end of this level. I'll see you in the next one, so you take care now.